What is good? This is Ari Mack. You know, every millennial who grew up on Nickelodeon had three dreams. Getting slimed.
I wanted some more! Come on, give it to me!
Climbing the aggro crag.
It looks like blue or purple! Blue slipping! Blue slipping on that! Purple or blue! Purple or blue! Purple! Flush! That's blue!
And punching the temple guards right in the Mayan mask. I mean, look at this nightmare fuel.
Oh, now he has a chance to sit on the throne, gather his thoughts, and look out! Temple guard! Oh!
My God. Yes, today we are talking more Legends of the Hidden Temple. In part 1, we took a look at all 6 teams, tallied their stats from every level of the game throughout each season, and created a leaderboard to discover which team reigned supreme. If you want to check that video out, link will be in the description. But today, we are talking about the iconic Temple Run, one of the best final rounds of any game show ever, and if you disagree with me, bite me. From the rooms, the artifacts, and the bouncers from hell, to player performances, crazy moments, and some facts you didn't know, there is so much to chew on when it comes to the House of Olmec, so let's get into it. If you need a refresher, players must enter the temple, retrieve the day's artifact, and then exit the gates within 3 minutes. Now, each room in the temple has a task that the players must complete in order to unlock doors, and one of these rooms holds the day's artifact. Now, to complicate matters, there are the dreaded temple guards. There are 3 guards that secretly protect 3 different rooms. Now, the players are armed with pendants that they've earned during the temple games. If they encounter a guard, they can exchange 1 full pendant for an extra life. But, as Olmec says,
if you're caught without a pendant, you'll be taken out of the temple.
And the second player must enter the temple and bring up the rear. The pendant count can range from 1, 1.5, or 2 full pendants depending on how well the teams did during the temple games. The front runner is always given 1 full pendant, but the anchor is given either the other pendant, the half pendant, or no pendant at all. If a team has earned a pendant and a half, the other half pendant is hidden somewhere inside the temple, and if they can find it and combine it with the other half pendant, they can get an extra life. Once the team grabs the artifact, then all the doors will instantly unlock, and any remaining temple guards will vanish. Now, if the team runs out of time, or if the anchor is caught without a pendant, then they will lose the game. But if they can get the artifact out of the temple within the time limit, they will win the grand prize. You get all that? I'm surprised that these kids did. Alright, so let's do MTV Cribs Olmec style. The temple boasts 12 rooms inside, and Season 1 holds the top spot for the most variety at 23 designs. Starting with the top entrance, we have the gong room / gargoyle room. Players must hit 1 of 3 gongs or 1 of 3 gargoyle tongues to open a door. Next, we have the bottom entrance called the Cave of Sighs. Players must climb through levels of platforms in order to open a door. Next up, we have the Pit of Despair, where players simply had to cross a bridge, or they had to climb a wheel in order to raise a stone slab. Other designs hold an empty pit where they just simply had to wade across and climb up ropes or a foothold in order to select one of the 3 doors. At the highest point of the temple, we have the Observatory, where players either had to spin a sundial or they had to spin a podium with celestial lights. Below the Observatory, we have the Heart Room / Room of the Fallen Columns. In the Heart Room, players simply had to choose their next path. In the Room of the Fallen Columns, players had to climb over or under these large cylinders in order to reach a door. And it was pretty funny to see temple guards try to be scary as they get stuck behind the props.
Oh! Temple guard!
Next, we have the Treasure Room / the Room of the Golden Idols / the Room of the Golden Orbs. In the Treasure Room, players simply had to open a treasure box in order to open a door. In the Room of the Golden Idols, players had to hug the base of 1 of 3 idols. In the Room of the Golden Orbs, players must place 1 of 3 orbs into a podium. Following this room is the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Players had to assemble a monkey statue that was broken up into 3 different parts. And in the upper corner, we had the Pirate's Cove / the Torch Room. In the Pirate's Cove, players had to spin a ship's wheel in order to raise an elevator or a well bucket. In the Torch Room, players had to place a torch in one of 3 holes in order to open a door. In the bottom left corner, we have the dungeon / the mine shaft / the well room. Here, players had to get in a bucket or in an elevator to go up into the Pirate's Cove, climb a ladder up into the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, or break through a breakaway wall in order to get into the following room, which I'm sure was a joy to reset every episode. Through the breakaway wall, we have the Tomb of the Ancient Kings. Here, players can choose to bust through the wall back into the dungeon, or they can open a tomb, find a key, and place it against the wall to open one of the tombs. Next up, we have the Spider's Lair / the Bamboo Forest / the Swamp / the Holes of Python. Here, players simply had to wade to the other side of the room, whether that's crawling through the swamp, through the holes of the python, climbing over the bamboo forest, or climbing up the spider's web. And finally, we have the Throne Room / Room of Harmonic Convergence. In the Throne Room, players simply had to sit on a throne in order to open a door. In the Room of Harmonic Convergence, players simply had to find the right combination by standing on the proper 2 steps. Alright, now it's time to dive into some stats. For Season 1, out of the 40 teams who took on the Temple Run, only 17 of them were even able to put their hands on the day's artifact, 12 of which who were able to bring it home for the win. Out of the 40 Temple Runs, 24 of them ended with the time expiring. In this season, 9 teams encountered all 3 Temple Guards, which we call a triple seizure, with 4 of these triple seizures causing the run to end. When it comes to this season's pendant counts, 15 teams went into the temple fully armed with 2 pendants. 21 teams headed in with a pendant and a half, and 4 unfortunate teams headed in with only 1 pendant. Out of the 21 teams who had a pendant and a half, only 1 team was able to find a half pendant in the temple. And out of this season's 40 temple runs, 6 players went into the temple solo, with 4 actually coming out with the win. Let's take a look at some superlatives. The team with the most wins goes to the Silver Snakes with 5, and there is a tie for the least wins between the Orange Iguanas and the Purple Parrots with a big fat goose egg. The team with the most temple visits also goes to the Silver Snakes with 11, while the least visits goes to the Purple Parrots with only 2. The team with the highest average at the temple runs this season goes to the Green Monkeys, winning 2 out of 4, giving them 50%. When it comes to the episode that holds the fastest win this season, there's a little bit of a controversy. Technically, the fastest run occurred in episode 28, The Mask of Shaka Zulu, where the Red Jaguars clinched the win with a whole minute and 13 seconds left.
Come on over, give me the mask! Give me the mask! That's it! He brought me the mask! He's got it!
However, this team didn't encounter a single locked door, making a beeline straight for the Tomb of the Ancient Kings, much to Kirk's surprise.
Into the mask! He's got the mask! He's got the mask in 2 minutes and 6 seconds!
Some believe that this is a production snafu, but I'm pretty sure the Red Jaguars don't care. If we are disregarding this win as the fastest, the record would go to episode 15, The Moccasins of Geronimo, where the Blue Barracudas were able to clinch the win with 1 minute and 6 seconds left.
He's got plenty of time! Give me those Mexicans! That's it! They did it! They got it!
The closest win goes to episode 3, Galileo's Cannonball, where the Silver Snakes were able to exit the temple with 1 second left on the clock.
6, 5, 4, 3, there he goes!
This episode marks the first win for the series, so well done, Silver Snakes. The quickest loss occurred in episode 7, Elizabeth I's Golden Ship, where the Red Jaguars were caught by triple seizure with a whole minute and 30 seconds left on the clock.
There's another temple guard. Oh, that's it. That's it. They have no more pendants.
And I love how frontrunner Joe just throws his hands up in the air like, what the f, bro? When it comes to the player who spent the shortest amount of time in the temple, there is also a bit of a controversy. If the frontrunner gets caught and is taken out of the temple, the anchor has the remaining amount of time in order to bring home the win. By this rule, the player who spent the least amount of time in the temple is the Blue Barracuda's anchor Scott with only 3 seconds in episode 17, The Lucky Pig of Amelia Earhart.
Oh, a dreaded Temple. Go, Scott. Oh, it's not enough time. Come back. Come on back.
If we were even able to count this. I mean, at least you got a good look at the steps. If we were to disregard this episode, the player who spent the least amount of time in the temple was the Silver Snake's frontrunner Robbie in episode 13, The Pendant of Kamehameha, where he only spent 21 seconds inside.
He's got again. That means it's Tina's turn. There she goes.
The player who spent the most time in the temple this season is the Red Jaguars frontrunner Sabrina in the very first episode of the season, Blackbeard's Treasure Map, where she spent the entire 3 minutes inside and only traversed 5 rooms.
That's tough. Oh, time's up. Sorry, you guys didn't make it.
We must split hairs again when it comes to which team had the quickest acquisition of the day's artifact. If we look back to the Mask of Shaka Zulu, Red Jaguar's frontrunner Bobby was able to grab the mask with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. But if we're overlooking this episode, then the frontrunner Mitchell of the Blue Barracudas was able to grab the moccasins of Geronimo with 1 minute and 44 seconds left.
There, he's in the room. He's got the moccasins. Now he's got to make his way out.
The shortest acquisition to the win occurred in episode 23, The Belly Button of Buddha, where the Blue Barracuda's frontrunner Jennifer was able to make it from the observatory to the gate in 16 seconds. However, we are back to Bobby and the Mask of Shaka Zulu for the longest acquisition to the win. It took him 54 seconds to get from the Tomb of the Ancient Kings to the gate. And yes, this statistic is completely legit, seeing how all the doors were open by this point. The room that held the most artifacts this season was the swamp / the holes of Python / the spider's lair / the bamboo forest, holding 7 artifacts. The room that held the most temple guards this season was the heart room / room of the fallen columns with 16. And true to its name, the Pit of Despair holds the record for the room where the most temple runs ended with 7. Moving into season 2, the temple gets a brand new skin and some brand new rooms. Taking place of the gong room and the gargoyle room is now the crypt, where players must pull a book from one of the 3 skeletons. The Cave of Sighs has remained the same, but it has now been renamed the Ledges. Moving into the Pit of Despair, it has now added the Rock Quarry, where players have to add 5 rocks into a bucket in order to lift a stone slab. The open layout now contains a swing and a small platform to allow players to cross the upper portions of the pit. Up into the observatory, gone are the celestial lights and the sundial, and now we have a stone puzzle that the players must shift and align in order to open a door. Down into the heart room, we now have Medusa's lair, where players have to add 4 snakes into the head of Medusa, which was then reduced to 2. We also have the room of the Mandarin hand, where players have to put the fingers of a large hand onto a globe. The treasure room now becomes the king's storeroom, where players have to smash a clay pot, find a key inside, and then place it into one of the 3 holes inside the columns. Over into the Pirate's Cove / torch room, it seems like the producers still don't know what to do with this room because it now has 3 different designs this season. First is the room of the secret password, where players have to read out a password on one of 3 tablets. We also have the Viper's Nest, where players must extract the correct snake from one of the 3 pots. And finally, we have the Lightning Ball room, where players must connect 3 power cords into the base of the podium. Moving into the Tomb of the Ancient Kings, we now find a vegetation problem, aka the Dark Forest. Inside the forest are 2 trees, one of which holds a key, which will unlock one of the doors. However, now temple guards are getting a little creative and may hide inside one of the trees.
Oh, caught by a triple spirit.
The swamp now shares duties with the Jester's Court, where players have to align their bodies up against a wall and press 3 buttons at the same time. The throne room now gets a little update where the throne actually swivels, which gives the temple guards ample opportunity to up their scary game. Also, this room sometimes becomes the laser light room, where players have to uncover one of 8 blocks on a wall to reveal a white light. Looking at the Season 2 stats, once again, only 17 teams were able to get their hands on an artifact, but this time, only 10 teams were able to bring it out for the win. Noticing a trend, once again, 24 runs end with the time expiring. The Temple Guards upped their game this season with 16 triple seizures, with 6 resulting in a Temple run loss. When it comes to the pendant count, 17 teams each went in with 2 pendants and a pendant and a half, leaving 6 teams to go in with only 1 pendant. Out of the 17 teams that had the half pendant, 6 of them this season were able to find the other half in the temple. This season, 8 players took on the temple alone, but 6 of them were able to bring out the artifact for the win. Looking at Season 2 superlatives, the most wins go to the Orange Iguanas with 3, the least wins goes to the Red Jaguars with absolutely nothing. The Orange Iguanas hold the top spot for the most temple visits with 10, and there's a tie for the least amount of temple visits between the Green Monkeys and the Silver Snakes with 5. However, the Green Monkeys still hold the highest win average with 40%. This season, the fastest win occurred in episode 18, the enormous iron nose ring of Baby Ox, where the Silver Snakes were able to secure the win with 57 seconds left on the clock.
He's gonna make it out. She's gonna meet him. Here he comes. He got it. He got it. He said he wanted it. He got it.
2 episodes this season hold the record for the closest win with 1 second left. One in episode 14, where the Green Monkey secured the Applewood Amulet of Emiliano Zapata.
It's coming down to last seconds. Up the slide. 4, 3, 2, 1. She made it. She made it. Can you believe it?
And episode 35, where the Purple Parrots brought home the milk bucket of Freitas.
Will she make it? Will she make it? She's got time. 2 seconds. She made it. She made it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable job.
And for the record, this episode holds the funniest moment in my opinion.
Now she's got to swing across. She's got to swing across. Grab the rope. Oh, she tries and fell into the pit. Oh.
I mean, girl, what kind of death-defying joke was that? The quickest loss this season occurred in episode 5, the walking stick of Harriet Tubman, where the Orange Iguanas were triple C's with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
She wants to go to the Bahamas. She's in to the grip. Oh, she got caught by a dreaded temple guard. Oh.
This episode also holds the record for the player who spent the least amount of time in the temple, where Anchor Ryan spent a whopping 9 seconds inside. And this is why we always follow our partner's path, right, Ryan? The player who spent the longest time in the temple was the Red Jaguars frontrunner Shelly in episode 30, The Golden Goblet of Attila the Hun, where she maxed out the whole clock. And this is one of the few episodes where Olmec has to take a quick bowel movement before the temple run.
Olmec, lower your gate.
Hey guys, quick insert here. I forgot to mention that there was another player that did reach the 3-minute mark in this season, and that is frontrunner Jason of the Green Monkeys in episode 38, The Broken Wing of Icarus. I do go into this episode a little bit more in detail in my iconic moments section, so stay tuned for that. We are back to the enormous nose ring of Baby Ox for the quickest acquisition, where the Silver Snakes frontrunner Joel grabbed the ring with 1 minute and 33 seconds left.
That's it. The door's open. He's got to grab the nose ring. He got it.
For the shortest acquisition to the win, it was Shane in episode 19, The Very Tall Turban of Ahmed Baba, where the Green Monkeys frontrunner Shane made it from the observatory to the gate in 14 seconds. I mean, it was Shane, right, Kirk?
Come on, Shane. Nice move, Shane. Come on over here, Shane. Good job, Shane. Good job. He did it all. He got it. He did it by himself. It was Shane.
The longest acquisition to the win occurred in episode 32, The Snakeskin Boots of Billy the Kid, where the Purple Parents anchor Tony took 47 seconds to get from the Shrine of the Silver Monkey to the gate. If you're hunting for treasure this season, your best bet is to check inside the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, or the Room of the Secret Password / the Viper's Nest / the Lightning Ball Room, for each of these rooms held 7 artifacts each. If you're trying to party with the Temple Guards, you might want to head to the Throne Room / the Laser Light Room, for 17 were found there this season. And there's a tie for the room where the most temple runs ended between the Shrine of the Silver Monkey and the King's Storeroom, both claiming 5 teams. Rolling into Season 3, the temple gets its final updates and redesign, so let's take a look at the rooms. We first take a look at the Pit of Despair, which is now called the Pit of the Pendulum, where players must sit on a swing and knock over a large column. Moving to the top of the temple, we have a little shift as the observatory is finally retired and the King's Storeroom takes its place. Down into Medusa's Lair / the Room of the Mandarin Hand, it is now furnished with my personal favorite room, the Room of the Sacred Markers. Players must find hidden symbols in the room and match them on the wall. Why is this my favorite room, you say? Well, you know. Moving over to where the King's Storeroom used to be, we now have the Room of the Ancient Warriors. Players have to place themselves inside one of the 3 armors in order to open a door. In the bottom left corner of the temple, we now have the dungeon that was renamed the Quicksand Bog, and a new slide has been added named the Pharaoh's Secret Passage. And the final change this season, the Throne Room / Laser Light Room makes way for the Tomb of the Headless Kings. Players must pull on ropes to release bones, find the skull, and place it on one of 2 heads. And here are the stats for Season 3. The acquisitions go down slightly, but the wins remain the same as 15 teams get their hands on the artifacts, with 10 teams able to bring it out for the win. The temple continues to prove that it is a force to be reckoned with, as 26 runs end with the clock running out. 14 teams had a run-in with all 3 temple guards, with 4 of these seizures ending the run. This time around, 21 teams headed into the temple fully armed with 2 pendants, while 14 teams carried a pendant and a half, and 5 teams had 1 pendant. Out of the 14 teams that were armed with a pendant and a half, only 2 were able to find the other half pendant. We only have 4 solo runs this season, but 3 of them were able to bring the artifact out for the win. Now it is time for our final list of superlatives, starting off with the Green Monkeys having the record for the most wins this season with 4. The least amount of wins go to the Blue Barracudas with 0. For the team that had the most temple run visits, we have the Green Monkeys coming in with a record-breaking 15 appearances. The least amount of appearances go to the Purple Parrots with only 2, but they tie with the Red Jaguars having the highest average at the temple with 50%. For Season 3, the fastest win occurred in Episode 21, the Ivory Hunting Horn of Roland, as the Red Jaguars clinched the win with 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock.
She's doing it in blazing time. She's gonna get it all. She got it all. She's got it all.
The Green Monkeys put up the closest win this season in Episode 5, the lion-headed bracelet of Chandragupta escaping the temple with 5 seconds left.
She's got the bracelet. 7, 6, 5. She did it. She got it out. She made it all the way through. Unbelievable.
However, the quickest loss this season occurred in Episode 15, the useless map of the Chipta Chieftain, where the orange iguanas got caught with 1 minute and 23 seconds left.
Oh, Temple Guard got him up in the King's Storeroom. Oh, why was he up there?
This season, the player who spent the shortest amount of time in the temple is the Silver Snake's front runner Annie in Episode 39, the Ruby Earring of Benzavov, when she was taken out of the temple after spending only 24 seconds inside.
Down to the Tomb of the Headless King. Oh, go, Temple Guard.
We have yet another 3-minute solo run as the Silver Snake's front runner Kimberly clocks in the longest time spent in the temple this season in Episode 26, the Broken Trident of Poseidon. Yes, the episode where Kirk loses his marbles yelling at a contestant.
Get the trident! Get the trident! No, she left the trident!
For the quickest acquisition this season, we head back to Episode 21, where the Red Jaguars frontrunner Yakira gets her hands around the Ivory Hunting Horn with 1 minute and 34 seconds left.
She's in the room! She can get the horn! She's got the horn! She's got 1 minute 34 to get out!
And now it's time for Gator. One of the fastest and most intense players to ever take on the temple run, He holds the record for the shortest acquisition to the win across the entire series, getting from the Room of the Sacred Markers to the gate in 11 seconds. This occurs in episode 28, The Muscle Shell Armor of Apanukpak.
No, he's got it. He's got it. All the rooms are open. Now he's going to come on out. 18 seconds. Across up into the crib. 13 seconds. I think you're going to make it. Come on over here. Yes, he did it. He did it. He got it.
For the longest acquisition to the win, we look to episode 29, The Middle Beard of the Egyptian Queen. As the Purple Parrot's front runner, TJ, screams his head off.
She's got the beard. Grab the beard. Get out. 48 seconds.
Anchor Randy does indeed go, heading from the Shrine of the Silver Monkey to the gate in 43 seconds. This season, we have a tie between the Room of the Sacred Markers and the Quicksand Bog, holding the record for the room that held the most artifacts this season with 6. My advice is to stay away from the Tomb of the Headless Kings, because you would for sure run into a temple guard there, as 17 hid there this season. And the Quicksand Bog claimed the most lives, as 6 teams ended their run there. Let's take a look at some overall stats for the series. Out of 120 teams who took on the Temple Run, only 49 of them were able to get their hands around the day's artifact, with 32 able to secure the win. Over the course of the series, the time expired over the run 74 times. 39 unfortunate teams ran into all 3 Temple Guards, with 14 of these triple seizures ending the run. Well done, Temple Guards. When it comes to pendant protection, 53 teams headed into the temple carrying 2, while 52 teams carried a pendant and a half, and 15 teams holding 1 pendant. And of the 52 players who were carrying the half pendant, only 9 of them were able to discover the other half in the temple. And of the 120 teams that took on the temple run, 18 players decided to go solo, with 13 of them able to bring out the artifact for the grand prize. Taking a quick look at the team breakdown, the Orange Iguanas are the top reptiles with the most Temple Run appearances at 25. We have a tie between the Green Monkeys and the Silver Snakes with the most acquisitions at 12, and they also tie for the most wins at 8. But it is the Silver Snakes that have the highest win percentage at 38. For the fastest Temple Run win, we have the controversial Season 1 episode The Mask of Shaka Zulu, where the Red Jaguars brought home the win with 1 minute and 13 seconds left. Disregarding this episode, the fastest win would go to Season 3 episode The Ivory Hunting Horn of Roland, where the Red Jaguars brought home the win with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. We have a 3-way tie for the closest win, each of these having 1 second left on the clock. Season 1's episode Galileo's Cannonball with the Silver Snakes, Season 2's episode The Applewood Amulet of Emiliano Zapata with the Green Monkeys, and Season 2's episode The Milk Bucket of Freitas with the Purple Parrots. God, I can't get over that. The quickest loss across the entire series happens in Season 1, Elizabeth I's Golden Ship, where the Red Jaguars get snatched up in 1 minute and 30 seconds. When it comes to the fastest overall acquisition, we are back to the Shady Mask of Shaka Zulu and the Red Jaguars frontrunner Bobby with a mark of 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Otherwise, it would be frontrunner Mitchell for the Blue Barracudas, snatching up the moccasins of Geronimo with 1 minute and 44 seconds left, also occurring in Season 1. We are still kicking it with Shaka Zulu when it comes to the Temple Run with the fastest frontrunner. Our friend Bobby was able to run in, grab the mask, and exit in 1 minute and 47 seconds. If this Temple Run wasn't so shaky, it would be racking up so many records. If not this run, we have to head over to Season 3's episode, The Ivory Hunting Horn of Roland, where Red Jaguars player Yakira completed her run in 1 minute and 50 seconds. But there is no dispute when it comes to the fastest anchor across the whole series. That title goes to the Green Monkeys player Asher in episode 37, The Jewel Scabbard of Sforza. He was able to complete his anchor duties in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Looking at the totals for the rooms across the series, The Shrine of the Silver Monkey holds the top spot for the most artifacts with 17. A total of 251 temple guards made an appearance across the show, and if you're trying to get jiggy with them, I would head to the throne room / Harmonic Convergence / the Laser Light Room / the Tomb of the Headless Kings, as 48 temple guards called that room their home. And now we have to head back to the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, a room that is as iconic as it is record-breaking, as it is the room that ended the most runs with 14. And now it's time for my personal favorite part of the video, some fun facts and some iconic moments. First, let's start off with each team's very first win. For the Red Jaguars, that would be Season 1, Episode 11, The Helmet of Genghis Khan. For the Blue Barracudas, it would be a few episodes earlier in Episode 8, John Sutter and the Map to the Lost Gold Mine. Jennifer bites it, but she still clinches the win.
Oh, she slipped and falls. She made it. She's made it. She's made it.
For the Green Monkeys, their first win comes right after the Red Jaguars in Episode 12, The Trojan Horseshoe. Yes, Kirk might temporarily forget the rules.
Go, Sean. Try to find her.
But the Green Monkeys get their first win in the bag. We have to wait a little bit because it's not until Season 2 where the Orange Iguanas claim their first victory. Their very first success happens in Episode 1, The Silver Horseshoe of Butch Cassidy. The unfortunate Purple Parrots don't get their first win until almost the end of Season 2, in Episode 32, The Snakeskin Boots of Billy the Kid. But we head back into Season 1 where the Silver Snakes get their first win in Episode 3, Galileo's Cannonball. The very last win of the series fittingly doesn't happen until the very last episode, in Season 3, Episode 40, The Jewel-Encrusted Egg of Catherine the Great. Also, look at this late temple guard.
Into the shrine, into the center of the temple, the shrine. Now she's got to find another button and go on. She's got to find a button and push it over. There goes the temple guard.
A whole 8 seconds, man. What you waiting for? If you are looking for the room that held the most winning artifacts, look no further than the top left corner, the Pirate's Cove / the Viper's Nest / the secret password room, you know, that room, and the Shrine of the Silver Monkey holding a tying count of 7. But you know I love my percentages around here, and that award goes to the top left corner room, having an average of 44% of winning artifacts. However, the room with the worst performance of winning artifacts happens in the throne room / the room of the Headless Kings / the Harmonic Convergence. You know, this room right here, out of 8 artifacts that were held here, not a single team was able to take home a win. The very first solo win belongs to the Silver Snakes front runner Leah in Season 1, Episode 9, The Star of Sultan Saladin.
Here she comes.
Bruh. What are you still doing here? Clock out, you've been dismissed. The player who holds the record for spending the longest amount of time in any one room goes to poor Tony, the anchor for the Blue Barracudas. In Season 2, Episode 12, The Stonehead of the Evil King, poor Tony spends a whole minute and 6 seconds trying to stuff snakes into Medusa's head. Hey, Tony? Hey, listen to me, man. Don't feel stupid. This kid didn't even know where the entrance to the temple was.
Go. Hidden into the Cave of Sighs. No, wrong way. Come on back. You gotta go in the Cave of Sighs.
You're chilling, bro. Take your time. But hurry up. One of the closest and most heartbreaking losses happened in Season 2, Episode 38, The Broken Wing of Icarus. Frontrunner Jason was on his way to a magnificent solo run, but he makes 2 crucial mistakes. He jumps into the pit instead of swinging across.
Oh, he's gonna do it the hard way. He's gonna do it the hard way.
And he wastes valuable seconds climbing down further into the ledges.
No, it's gonna take you down. Oh my, it's gonna be close.
He gets caught right behind Olmec's head when the time runs out and Kirk just can't believe it.
Go, go! Hurry, 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 hurry! Go, hurry! No, he didn't make it. Oh, he was so close.
It's just so heartbreaking. Look how close he was. One of the craziest starts to any temple run occurs in Season 2, Episode 13, The Lucky Medallion of Atocha. Frontrunner Ty goes heading into the temple and he loses his pendant right at the gate.
There he goes. Oh, he lost his medallion. He lost his pendant.
Thinking his protection is gone, he goes sliding into the ledges when his anchor Jennifer throws it back to him, and he immediately hands it to the temple guard that was down in the ledges.
251. Oh, nice teamwork. Jennifer throws it back to pendant, and he gives it to the temple guard. Nice move.
There is a bit of controversy over this moment because Kirk announces that Jennifer throws the pendant back to Ty. But Jennifer has a glove on her hand. This hand does not have a glove. Is this Kirk? Is this Staff? Who knows? More temple room fun facts. The Shrine of the Silver Monkey is the only room to make an appearance in all 120 iterations of the temple run. It's a very famous room. It's a big deal. Don't mess with the monkey. The monkey don't play.
Oh, he's having trouble with the monkey.
Our beloved host, Kirk Fogg, has had his share of bumbling moments and slips of the tongue over the course of the series, but none has proven more detrimental than this moment right here. In Season 1, Episode 35, Pecos Bill's Lost Lariat, Anchor Chris was able to acquire the lariat with 51 seconds left and attempts to go up the ladder in order to get out of the temple. And that's when Kirk says,
Just bust right through that wall.
which is just the complete wrong advice. There's the holes of Python, there's the pit, there's the ledges. I mean, everyone knows that running across the top is 3 times as fast than trying to get out of the temple from the bottom. And of course, they lose.
Oh, time's up.
Thanks, Kirk. Another iconic moment happens in Season 2, Episode 23, The Jeweled Necklace of Montezuma. Player Kelly is attempting to assemble the monkey when she drops the middle piece over the railing.
She gets the base on, and she drops the piece down below in the dark forest. She goes after the head. Oh, Temple Spirit helps her out, throws it back up.
Kirk says it's a temple spirit, but someone on staff has some quick hands and was lucky enough not to hit her in the face. Only 2 times in the show's history did they show us that the breakaway wall between the 2 rooms in the bottom left corner was sealed. And that was in Season 1, Episode 10, The Keys to the Alhambra.
What opened up? She gonna push through that? No, that's not gonna do it. There's another room.
And Season 2, Episode 11, The Imperial Purple Robe of Empress Theodora.
They've got both pendants. They've gotten pretty far. Now you gotta put your, oh, no, that's not gonna work. She's gonna have to find the key.
Which leads to a mighty dramatic finish.
Will they get to see Nickelodeon? Oh, just a few seconds left. Can he grab it? Can he grab it? Can he grab it? Oh, he just missed it. Oh.
One of the weirdest Kirk Fogg tongue slips happens in Season 2, Episode 8. The artifact of the day is
The legend of the bone necklace of the Blackfeet chief.
But Kirk says,
Retrieve the bone necklace of John Smith.
We know, Kirk, you've had a long day. You've had a long day, buddy. Go ahead, take a seat. It's still weird that production left that mistake in, though. If you thought that loss with the Imperial Purple Robe was dramatic, you've seen nothing yet. In Season 1, Episode 33, The Dragon Lady and the Blue Pearl, Orange Iguana's anchor Jennifer makes it into the holes of Python with 10 seconds left, and this happens.
You're gonna have to dive for it, Jennifer. You're gonna have to dive for it. She got it. Get it. Oh.
I know, Albert. I know. Meanwhile, we have a player breaking the rules.
Or then she'll have to go down in the room for the fallen column. You have to go down to the fallen column.
Girl, where is you going? That door is locked. Over the course of the series, only 3 temple runs played out with not a single temple guard encountered. And that was in Season 2's The Enormous Nose Ring of Babe the Ox, and Season 3's The Much Heralded Helmet of Sir Gawain, and The Broken Trident of Poseidon.
Get the trident!
We have yet another iconic moment in Season 1, Episode 16, Henry VIII's Great Seal. The Silver Snake's anchor Nick enters the tomb of the ancient kings when he decides to practice for the Olympic hurdles.
Oh, temple guard! Oh! Scared him right out of the temple!
When it comes to the longest gap in between wins, we have to look to Season 3. We start off in Episode 7, The Secret Map of the Bandit Queen, and then we head 14 episodes later to Episode 21, The Ivory Hunting Horn of Roland. But if you're looking for the longest string of wins, we go back to Season 1 between episode 36 and 39 with 4 straight wins in a row. Kirk loses his marbles once again in Season 2, Episode 33, The Golden Pepperoni of Catherine de Medici, and fans of the show know exactly where this is going. Purple Parrot's anchor Aquila is bringing it down to the wire, actually enters the room where the artifact is, and this happens!
She's in the room. She's into the password room. Get the pepperoni. Get the Oh, she got in the room with the pepperoni.
Get the pepperoni, Aquila! Get the pepperoni! We have more pendant problems for you. In Season 3, Episode 30, The Mummified Hand of the Egyptian King, the Blue Barracuda's frontrunner Maggie dives into the pit of the pendulum but loses her pendant.
Oh, tempo guard. She doesn't have her pendant. So he takes her out, kicks her out. She lost the pendant in the pit of the pendulum.
And Anchor Josh, who is carrying his half pendant, dives into the pit and finds it.
He's gonna dive. Hopefully he can find it in there. It's somewhere around there. He's got it. He's got it.
However, he can't find his own half pendant, and his ass gets caught.
Tempo guard. Oh, tempo guard. Oh, deadly tempo guard. Picked him off right in the secret password room.
Not necessarily a Temple Run fact, but interesting all the same. As of the date of this recording, Season 1, Episode 36, Robin Hood and Maid Marian's Silk Ladder is not on Paramount+. Instead, it shows Season 2, Episode 11, The Imperial Purple Robe of Empress Theodora. So, fix that, Paramount. Fix that. Oh, spoiler alert, the Silver Snakes win.
He did it! He did it! He did it!
And finally, my favorite moment of the entire show. I'll just let you see for yourself.
There she goes! Into Medusa's lair! If she can get it, she got the VCR! Now can she get out of here? How much time? She's into the pit of despair! Come on, Missy, work! She's got 30 seconds! She's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen! She's gonna do it! Come on out, Missy! She bumped her head! Come on, she's got it! Missy did it! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? She's been nervous all day and that worked for her. She got it all. The remote control car, the Magnavox VCR, the Bahamas resort vacation. We're out of here. See us next time for another great Legend of the Hidden Temple. Bye-bye.
Ooh, makes me misty-eyed every time I see it. To round this whole thing out, I'm just gonna leave y'all with a little montage of our favorite hobby around here, and that's scaring children. Roll it!
Into the observatory. Oh, temple guard. Oh, temple guard. Which way is he going? He's heading up to the crypt room. He's gonna find, temple of the ancient kings. She's got 2 minutes. She's caught by a temple guard. Oh, Cypher. Oh, temple guard. Oh, there's another one. Smash the pot. Oh, temple guard. Oh, temple guard. Now into Saki's got plenty of time. Oh, but a temple guard picks him up. Oh, temple guard. Oh, temple guard, go ahead. Oh, that's a temple guard. What? Goes into the cave of sighs. Oh, she's caught by a temple guard. She's got to give her pendant. That scared me. That just scared me. So now she's going to have up the cave of sighs and head towards. Keep going.
My God, indeed. And that concludes my Legends of the Hidden Temple rewatch and breakdown. It has been quite a ride. What the hell? Girl, what are you still doing in the temple? Wow. You know, I shouldn't even be surprised. You've been acting weird all game.
He's headed in the Jester's court.
Anyway, it has been quite a ride revisiting what I believe to be one of the best American game shows ever created. It is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and all this has been a labor of absolute love. So thank you for watching. If you want more, you can check out part 1 of the series where I break down each team's performance across every element of the game. If you're feeling this content, like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see more of down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. This has been Ari Mac for the Ari Hour. I'll talk to y'all soon.